Have you ever thought about a career in one of the most in-demand fields out there today? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to break down a clear, actionable, 3-month data analyst roadmap.
So, let's just dive right in. The big question, can you really become a data analyst in just 12 weeks? I'm here to tell you that with a solid plan and the right focus, the answer is yes, it is absolutely possible. Let's get you started on that journey.
Okay, first things first. What is a data analyst really? Think of yourself as a modern-day problem solver. You're part detective, part storyteller, using data to uncover hidden truths and help businesses make much smarter decisions. It's an incredibly valuable role to have.
All right, before we jump into the week-by-week map, we got to understand the quest itself. Think of this as the core mission every single data analyst follows, no matter what project they're working on.
You see, it always starts with a question from the business. From there, you go get the data, you kind of poke around to see what you've got, you clean it all up, that's the prepare step. Then you actually analyze it to find the answer, and finally, you present what you found. That's the whole game, right there. You're going to master every one of these steps. So how are we going to learn all that? Well, here it is, your very own adventure map, a structured 12-week path designed to take you from a complete beginner to being job ready.
We've chopped this whole journey into 3 big stages. Month 1, that's all about forging your tools, getting the basics down cold. Month 2 is where you'll really master the craft of analysis and telling stories with data. And month 3, that's the final boss battle. We're talking turning those shiny new skills into an actual career.
All right, let's get into stage 1. Look, this first month is absolutely crucial. This isn't just about learning random stuff. We're building the very foundation that your entire career is going to stand on. So no pressure.
And where do we start? With a tool you probably already have on your computer, Excel. But trust me, we're not talking about making simple budgets here. We are taking this to a whole new level. It's the Swiss Army knife of data, and mastering it is a fantastic first step.
So we're moving way beyond just the sum function. We're talking about game changers like VLOOKUP. That's your secret weapon for connecting different data sets. And pivot tables? Oh man, they let you summarize huge amounts of data in like 2 clicks. This is the stuff that really separates the pros from the rookies.
All right, week 2, we're leveling up and adding 2 totally new dimensions to our toolkit. We're going to learn the language of data, which is statistics, and we're taking our very first baby steps into the world of programming with Python.
Okay, I see these words and I know what you're thinking, but don't let this stuff scare you off. The goal isn't to become a PhD statistician in a week, okay? We're just getting a handle on the basics. You know, mean, median, mode. Just simple ways to describe your data. And at the same time, we'll get our feet wet with the absolute basics of Python. It's all about building that groundwork.
And now, we've arrived at the absolute cornerstone of your entire Analyst toolkit, SQL. If data lives in databases, SQL is the language you have to speak. It's so important that we are dedicating the next 3 full weeks just to this.
Yep, you heard that right. 3 full weeks. And you might be asking, why so long? Well, because your power as an analyst comes from being able to go into a massive database and pull out exactly the data you need, all by yourself. It's not optional. It's everything.
And we're not messing around. We're going to build that fluency from the ground up. We'll start with the fundamentals. You know, select this, wear that, but we're going to quickly ramp up to the really powerful stuff, like joins that let you combine tables. And most importantly, you'll be doing hands-on projects the whole time to make sure this stuff actually sticks.
And just like that, you've forged your tools. Welcome to stage 2. This is where the real fun begins. We're moving beyond just handling data and into the craft of turning that raw data into actual, powerful insights.
Think about it. An amazing insight is totally worthless if nobody understands it, right? That's why we're spending the next 2 weeks on the art of visual storytelling. We're going to learn how to make our data sing using charts, graphs, and dashboards.
We're talking about getting your hands dirty with the big guns, Power BI and Tableau. These are the tools employers are looking for. And it's not just about clicking buttons to make a chart. We're going to talk about the design principles that make a visualization clear and compelling. Plus, we'll even see how you can create awesome visuals right from your Python code.
All right, weeks 8 and 9. Guess who's back? Our old friend, Python. But this time, the training wheels are off. We are about to unleash its full power for some serious data analysis. this is where you're going to meet your new best friend, a library called Pandas. It is the absolute king for cleaning, slicing, dicing, and shaping data. We'll be doing advanced stuff like grouping and merging datasets, and just to get you excited for the future, we'll even get a little sneak peek at some basic machine learning concepts. And just like that, you've made it. Stage 3, the final challenge. You've got the tools, you're mastering the craft. Now it's time to put it all together and turn all this hard work into a job.
Now this is super important. Getting hired isn't just about knowing SQL or Python. It's about pairing all that technical firepower with crucial soft skills. Being able to communicate your findings, tell a good story, and actually solve business problems. Seriously, they're two sides of the exact same coin.
So, this last month, this is your go time checklist. You're going to build a killer portfolio with real projects. You're going to craft a resume that screams, "Hire me." You're going to get your LinkedIn profile looking sharp, start networking, and of course, prep for those technical interviews that stand between you and that job offer.
And hey, as you wrap all this up, think about getting some official validation for all your new skills. That's where certifications come in. Having a certificate from a name like Google, IBM, or Microsoft on your resume, that can give you a serious edge, and it's a great reward for all your hard work.
So there you have it. The roadmap is clear. The path is laid out for you. But you know what? The adventure is really just beginning. The only real question left is, what story is your data going to tell? The map is in your hands now.